What is up, everybody? We're live here. What is up, everybody? We're live here in my home, and we are currently going to be unboxing a Zooz bike. So it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to... it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to monitor the chat too much. So it's just going to kind of be like just seeing and saying. So you guys enjoy. I'll be unboxing and building this bike. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them in. I'll try and periodically check and see any questions anybody might have. All right, let's get to it. All right. So the box looks in pretty good shape. Has a little tiny bit of damage and a little bit of damage on the bottom, but should be fine. I think it's going to be good. So let's go ahead and get to it. So this is going to be the second Zooz that I've unboxed. Ever since I got my Zooz, I've been super excited, riding it everywhere, telling everybody about it. And so somebody purchased this bike and was kind enough to let me buy it or borrow it and build it so we can build it on live stream. So hopefully you guys all enjoy that process. It says, "You are officially a Zoozer. Welcome to the family." Rad. Fun electrified. All right. So here we got the charger. Comes all packaged in there all nice and neatly. We're gonna leave that boxed up though. Mainly focusing on the bike and building the bike. We'll leave the charger and everything. The pedals. Oh, must be 9:30. I hear the fireworks. I hear the Disneyland fireworks. Silicone lubricant. That was for the threads, I think. Cats can play with that. Okay, now here's the fun part. They say you need 2 people for this, but let's go ahead and give her. Ooh, right out she goes. We'll go ahead and use this little stabilizer deal here. That way we can keep it nice and stable. Little block. Stay. Don't move. Okay, we got the receipt and the owner's manual. We'll go ahead and put that right there because I've already read that. And then the rest is just the box. All the stuff in it. Let's get this out of the way. And that'll reveal the second Zooz back there. I'll go ahead and move this back over here. Give us some room. Get these out of the way. Put those in that box. We're gonna put this under here. And then the next thing will be unwrapping it. So basically taking all the plastic stuff off of it. Let's put the plastic in the box. Okay. So now we'll take our wire cutters and we'll carefully go around. I like to go ahead and make sure you keep track of everything here. Grab it, pick it up as you go so that way you don't have a mess. Okay, so we got the wheel. We'll set that off to the side for right now. Toss this in the box. Take this off here. I remember that's a little tricky. Adjust that like that so you can see. All right, let's get the rest of this unwrapped. Try and be as careful as possible so that way you don't get any unwanted scratches or nicks on the bike. So I like to take my time coming through here, taking all this stuff off. Make sure I'm cutting just the zip tie. Even rubbing up against something, when you stick it inside there, it'll put a nice little nick on your paint. You don't want that on your brand new bike. Especially your brand new bike you spent $2,000 for. Look at that seat. Okay. Some of these are kind of tricky. I'll be very careful. Okay, and I like to leave the handlebars wrapped till after I get them on. I just unwrap the part so that way all the controls the good thing is they pack it really, really well. The bad thing is kind of time consuming to sit here and take this all off, but I'd rather them put that on than the bike get damaged. Okay. And then I keep throwing all these little things right back in this box. So that way I don't end up with a big, giant, huge mess everywhere. And as you can see, I got my Zooz bike back here. You'll see why in a couple minutes. I'm gonna do a little cool little super cheap modification. Upgrade in my eyes. So stay tuned for the end. And we'll have that a little tech tip. Okay, that. That one off. Yeah, super time consuming coming through here and taking all these off, but like I said, I'd rather them pack it really nicely and me get a nice unscratched bike. Just don't fall. Please don't fall. All right. So I think what I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to go for the handlebars first. I forgot which way they tell you to do it, but I'm going to go for the handlebars first. And like I said, I like to leave all the wrapping and everything on the handlebars and just unwrap them right here at the bottom. Just in case. This way, then when I get done, I can unwrap them. So that way when I set them down and everything, they're all still wrapped. All right, let's get all set up for the okay. I want to say it's I think it's a 6mm. Let's go ahead and put the front wheel out of the way for right now. No, 5mm. Might even be smaller. Is it the 5? Yep. Okay. This part's a little tricky. And they want you to grease the threads. So let's go ahead and I have a seat right here. In position. Okay. Let's see if we can make this happen without making a mess of everything, dropping the bike. You guys will watch it live if it does happen. Cats are getting angry over there. I don't know if you heard that. They're tight. I don't want to scratch them all up. Yeah, I wish I could have got my iPad to work so I can pull up the chats and I could see. I got the music going on the TV, so I can't see even if anybody was chatting. But anyways, hopefully everybody live unboxing this 2024 Zooz Ultra Ripster. It's a very cool bike. Comes equipped with the Thrillmatic 40 miles on my battery on one charge. Very cool because not only is it like a BMX bike, it's electric powered. Mine tops out at 28 miles an hour. Okay, so you gotta grease those. And they have grease on them already, so I don't get it. But we'll grease them still, because that's what the instructions said. And I used to be a big person to not even read the instructions and be like, I can do this myself. But then always, I'd either learn something later from somebody and find out that they learned it in the instructions, or mess something up and read the instructions and figure out a step that I had possibly missed. And it was pretty important. Whoa! I don't know if you heard that. These guys are Getting a little crazy. Okay, we're gonna set those right there. We're gonna wipe our hands off so we don't get any unwanted oil stains on the bike. We're gonna put these up in position right here, nice and centered. We're gonna slide this back through there as best as we can. And we're gonna take these, we're gonna finagle them through there. We're gonna take this. You know what? When I build a studio, these cats aren't gonna be allowed in it. Tell you what, each and every one of yous. They're over here running amok backstage. They're playing with all the props. They're just having a field day. Okay, we don't want that in there. We want that centered. I could just see the things on that side. Now let's rotate them up. Okay, kind of like juggle your arm to hold that up and put these in. And a lot of people are like, how do you do that? I wish I knew how to do it. And it's kind of just common sense and just doing it, fighting away. Tighten these nice and even up and down until your bars want to stay in place by themselves. Now we can go in here. I notice the threads when you take them out are really stiff. So I wonder if it's because they're like brand new and maybe it's like steel on aluminum. That's why they advise you to use the grease so it doesn't seize up, I guess. Now, if you have a torque wrench, probably be good to torque these. But I've been working on bicycles and lots of stuff a long time, so I can kind of gauge on where we need to be. Okay. Now we can move on to the front wheel. Ooh. All right, get a little drink here. It's key to stay hydrated. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the 14 and the 15. And we're gonna get ready to put this front wheel on. We're gonna prep the front wheel first. So that means getting these all loose. Washers pulled out and away. Okay. That's there. Now, how do I want to do this? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Let's try and use this as a bike stand. Okay, we only need it to hold it stable. So that way I can get this. So that'll be fine. So that way I can get this off. Okay. Slide that up out of the way. We can cut that after we get the wheel on. Let's pull the brake separator deal out. Let's pull our washers out. This washer's out. Okay, now let's go up and in with the wheel. Okay. Over a little bit with the brake. All right. Now that we got that on, kick that out of the way. And we can now use the kickstand. So there we are. We're like halfway built. So now what we'll do, your bike. I think we're fully unwrapped. I'm gonna go ahead and leave all the key, everything all dialed in. Wrong button.